Hi, I'm Pauline. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist. And today I'm going to share with you a 20-minute, really gentle exercise routine that a lot of my patients absolutely love. It starts with lying down on the back and with some gentle diaphragmatic breathing, and I will explain what that is and how to practice that. And then we'll move into gentle stretching for the hips, for the knees, and for the shoulders, and also for the torso. And this really is a gentle yoga routine, and with each exercise I will guide you when the best time is to breathe in and when it's the best time to breathe out. And of course, if you prefer to do that a different way, then you just breathe in your own way. That's absolutely fine. After we've been doing some exercises on the back, then we'll go on hands and knees to do some more stretching and some balance exercise as well. And then we'll lie flat on the stomach, and then we end with child pose. You really don't need a lot of props, but some people might find it comfortable to have either yoga blocks under the knees when we're lying on our back with our legs apart, or pillows, just regular pillows from your bed. And if you are doing the exercise on the floor, I recommend that you use a blanket or any other padding under your knees when you're on hands and knees. Of course, you can do it on your bed as well. And so it's really nice to do these exercises first thing in the morning as a really great way to ease into your day, or even before you go to sleep. Just a nice way to decompress, to stretch, and most likely it's easier to get to sleep because you've already calmed your system down. As always, if you have any conditions, any concerns about whether exercise is okay for you, then please discuss it with your healthcare provider before you start this exercise routine. Enjoy. Get comfortable in a lying down on your back position. Make sure you have some pillows nearby. Your legs can be straight, or your legs can be bent with your feet flat on the floor or on your bed. Arms are relaxed by your side. You could also choose to have some yoga blocks and place them under your thighs with the feet still close together. Or you can use just the 2 pillows from your bed or cushions from the sofa. Make sure that you fold them up a little bit so your thighs are truly supported and really comfortable. And then see if you maybe need to get a little more comfortable, maybe press those pillows a little closer by. And once you are truly comfortable, place a hand on your belly, hand on your chest, or place 2 hands on your belly and start focusing on a very gentle in-breath and out-breath, ideally in and out through your nose. And notice on the in-breath that the abdomen rises and the lower ribs expand sideways. And on the out-breath, the abdomen sinks back in and the lower ribs fall back down as well. So expansion of the torso on the in-breath and contraction of the torso or recoil on the out-breath. Legs are relaxed on the pillows, shoulders are relaxing down on your bed or on the floor, and the face is relaxed. Now try and breathe in for about 5 seconds and out for about 5 seconds, or any other calm rhythm that works well for you. And next we are going to remove those pillows from the legs and place them off to the side. And then we start with what's called pelvic tilts, placing your hands on your pelvis first. And then just feel how the pelvis can rock forward and backward. When your pelvis rocks backward, you're flattening your lower back. And when your pelvis rocks forward, there's a little space in the small of your back, between the small of your back and the floor. Now see if you can synchronize this with your breathing. On the in-breath, you push your tailbone down and the lower back lifts up a little bit. And on the out-breath, the abdomen draws in and you flatten the lower back on the surface below you. In-breath, arching a little bit. And out-breath, flatten the lower back down towards the floor. The legs and the feet are slightly apart in order to allow for movement of your pelvis. Then take hold of your right thigh and draw your knee in towards your chest gently for a nice stretch of your buttocks. On your out breath, you draw the knee towards your chest, and on the in breath, you allow the leg to move away from you by straightening your arms. Now, optional, you can lift your head and chest towards that knee. Out breath and an in breath as the leg moves away. Keep that same pace of breathing, about 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, or any other pace that's comfortable for you. And after 5 repetitions, we're going to change side. Left side. Take hold of the thigh, draw it in, perhaps lift your head up or keep the head down if that's your preference. Breathing out as the knee comes in and breathing in as the leg moves away. And then bringing the right leg up to meet with the left leg. And then do the same movement with both legs at the same time. So drawing the knees in on an out breath, lifting the head if you choose to. And then on the in breath, allow the legs to move away. Keeping the face soft, relaxed. Keeping the movement really smooth and easy. Then lowering both feet down, placing the hands next to the hips, and on the next in-breath, lift both arms overhead, using the whole in-breath. Allow the thumbs to touch the floor or the edge of your bed if you can, and on the out-breath, lower those hands back down to the hips. In-breath, lifting the arms up, and out-breath, allow the arms to come back down to the hips. You might feel a gentle movement in the lower back, perhaps a little bit of an extension or a rising of the lower back as your arms move overhead, and then the opposite as the arms move back down. Keeping the breath calm, breathing through the nose. And then getting the arms back up to stopping above the chest, above the shoulders, and on the next in-breath, open both arms up all the way down, and on the out-breath, bring the arms back towards each other. Hands could touch, or you could just stop with the hands straight above the shoulders. In-breath, open, and out-breath, hands back up. Elbows are soft. Last one, and take hold of a pillow if you like and put it between your legs. For example, if you've had hip surgery or if your back is a little stiff. Arms are out to the side. On your out breath, the legs move to one side while the shoulders stay flat, and on the in breath, the knees go back to the center. Out breath, legs move to the side. In breath, the knees move back up to the center. Keeping the breath calm and ideally in and out through the nose. And just move through a gentle motion that feels comfortable on your back, on the outside of your hips. You might even feel a gentle chest stretch. And then keep the legs on the next one. Allow the legs to stay on one side and just have a sustained stretch. Keeping both arms flat, keeping the shoulders flat, and allow the torso to rest, allow the legs to relax. And notice how on the in-breath there's a little more expansion of the flank and the ribs on the side you're twisting away from. And I'm gently moving to the other side and notice the same thing. There might be a bit of a difference in your range of motion, in the movement excursion, one side versus the other. Moving the legs back to the center and then take the pillow away if you used one between the legs. Placing the feet together, arms out. On the in-breath, open both knees. And on the out-breath, bring the legs close towards each other again. In-breath, open the legs. And out-breath, bring the legs back together. Keeping that calm breath, 4 or 5 seconds in and 4 or 5 seconds out through the nose. Next, we're going to do a dynamic hamstring stretch. You can take hold with your hands of one thigh, or you can just keep your hands away from the leg, and then lift your foot all the way to the ceiling, and then bring it back down. So you can hold on to the leg, or you can have your arms next to you again, or out like wings. And as you lift your foot up towards the ceiling, see if you can flex your foot, so your heel pushes up to the ceiling and your toes point towards you. Keeping your back flat on the floor, so do not lift your buttocks off the floor. Staying relaxed, so just move through a nice range of motion that is accessible for you. Placing the foot back down, same thing on the other side, either holding the leg or again having your arms next to your hips or out to the side. Pointing the toes as you go down and flexing the foot when you lift up. Calm breath. Last one. And then lower your foot back down, feet and knees are slightly apart, hands are next to the hips. Draw the shoulder blades back as if you want to press them lightly into your mat or into your bed. And then lift your hips into a bridge and lower back down. On the in-breath you lift, and on the out-breath you lower back down. Now if you get a cramp in the backs of your thighs and your hamstrings, you might want to dig your heels into the floor or into your bed and have the toes lifted. And really squeeze those buttock muscles as you're lifting your hips up. Neck is relaxed, face is relaxed. Keep that nice, gentle, calm breathing. Breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you lower. And then we're going to transition to all fours or hands and knees. You might want to place something underneath your knees if you're on a hard surface, like a blanket, like I'm doing right here. And then place your shoulders right above your hands and your hips right above your knees. The knees are slightly apart. And make sure that your fingers are a bit separated so you really have good support of your hands. We're going to do cat and cow. On the out breath, we round the back, draw the belly in. And on the in breath, we lift the tailbone, lift the chest forward, and allow the neck to move along. But avoid really sticking your chin out. Drawing in, rounding, and on the in breath, lifting forward. The head simply follows. Keep that nice, long, calm breath. And then find a neutral position. So your back is fairly flat and your pelvis is level. You can check that with your hand. You're sticking out one leg, left leg, and you draw your abdomen in. And then choose if you would like to maybe lift your right arm forward as your left leg lifts up. And then change sides. So at all times the abdomen stays engaged, the back stays neutral. First lift the hand and then lift the foot off the floor. You could stay with could do this exercise by just straightening the leg, or you can lift it up. Your choice. So keep alternating and make sure you do opposite arm and leg. If you do same side, you will likely fall over. Abdomen is engaged and the pelvis stays level, neutral. And keep neutral neck alignment as well. You might breathe in as you lift and breathe out as you lower your hand and leg. Keeping the abdomen engaged. Good. And then we're going to have you flat on the floor. Maybe put a pillow under your abdomen or a blanket if you use that. We can be in Sphinx pose if that is comfortable for you, with your shoulders above your elbows. But if you do not find that comfortable, you could place your hands on top of each other, create a little pillow, and then put your forehead on your hands. For some people, that's more comfortable in the lower back. And just stay in that position for a bit. So choose which position you would prefer. I'm going to stay into the Sphinx pose. So getting a little bit of a stretch of the lower back, of the abdomen. Drawing the shoulders back. And then what we're going to be doing is hamstring curls. So we're going to bend one leg with the abdomen still engaged. Bend one leg as far as possible and then bring it back down. So we're contracting the hamstring muscles and we're stretching the front of the thigh, the quadriceps. Calm breath. Either in or out on the one movement and then in or out on the other. It's not really important with this exercise which one is in and which one is out. As long as you keep the breath calm and through the nose. And then use your hands to press yourself up onto your knees. And if you like, get some support from pillows. What I'm going to be doing here is place a pillow on my lower legs so I can sit on it, which would reduce strain on the knees. And then I use a bolster and then another pillow. I place that pillow on my thighs. I had just had hip surgery and I'm trying to just reduce the depth a little bit of my child pose. I open the knees so they're as wide as that bolster, and then I allow myself to rest over the pillows with my head turned one way. Now if your hips and knees are a-okay, you could totally do this without any support, no pillows, no bolster. If you do have your head turned to one side, then make sure you turn it to the other side at some point as well.
just to stretch the neck on one side and then stretch the neck on the other side. And allow yourself to really relax here. This is a resting position. Nice stretch for the lower back and the hips and the knees. Just enjoy it. And then stay in this position as long as it is comfortable for you. Thank you for joining me today.